Good morning, everybody. Professor Thompson here. It is Monday, June 1st, and I wanted to let you know you've got 4 weeks left in the course. So we've progressed along fairly smoothly to this point, and I've got really about 3 or 4 items today. One has to do with the online submission versus coming to class. The second has to do with oral source citations for your first speech. And the third is visual aids for your first speech. So let's start with the schedule and online submission. As many of you know by now, the Blackhawks have advanced to the Stanley Cup Finals. And if you took a close look at the schedule, we are scheduled to give presentation number 1 this coming Monday, which is June 8th, for speech 1, and then on speech 2, that's on Monday the 15th, both of which there are Blackhawks games scheduled for that date. Well, and I guarantee there will be a game on Monday the 8th, so that will obviously conflict for you Blackhawk fans. And then if I think it reaches game 6 or something, then game 6 is on Monday the 15th. Either way, that might make a difference in whether or not you're coming to campus to deliver your speeches face-to-face or you're submitting online. So if you're a Blackhawk fan and you want to watch the game, your choice is easy. Submit your speech online. I have a room reserved, and I have committed to be here on campus during those days. So regardless of my interest in the Stanley Cup Finals, I will be here to listen to those students who do choose to come to campus. So I just want to make you aware of that, so that if that sways you in either way for the first couple presentations, it's just a factor and a part of life. So anyway, first of all, I will be there. Remember, our first speech is a week from today, Monday the 8th, from 6 to 9 p.m., and we will be in BIC, which is the Berg Instruction Center, room 3634. And if you choose to come, you need to plan on staying from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay? This isn't just come and go. It's 6 to 9 p.m. next Monday if you're coming. Okay? Now, again, if you're choosing to do the online submission, that's absolutely okay. Please let me know so that I can look for your online submission. On the left-hand side of Blackboard, there's a tab that says Online Speech Submission. That's where you're going to click on that tab on the left-hand side, and when you click on that tab, it's going to give you a link for each of the speeches during our term. So then you would just click on speech number 1, and that's where you would follow the prompts to upload your video. You can record your video with a phone, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's a Samsung Galaxy, whether it's any sort of recording device, and you can then load it into Blackboard. Also, be patient, so if it takes a little time to condense your video and put that in there, don't worry, it will work. Also, you need to make sure that you're sending your outline for your presentation. Right next to that tab that's on our home screen, above the online video submission, is a tab that says Outline Submission, and that's where you would submit your outline. So it's very clear on that left-hand side. I've designed a very flat course, so most of the time, if you ever want to submit anything, it's 1 or 2 clicks away from that main tab screen on the left-hand side. So that's the Blackhawk scheduling thing and the online submission piece. It's really simple if you choose to submit your videos online. Please make sure that you are meeting the state standard. You need to record it in front of 8 people, and you need to record it outside of your house. I don't care if you're in a public venue, you're at a school, you're at an amphitheater, but you can't do it at home. You want to make sure you're recording it somewhere else. Meet those 2 criteria, and you're golden. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was oral source citation. On your requirement sheet for speech 1, it says that you must have 2 oral source citations. These are where you orally integrate into your speech information that comes from sources to help support whatever it is you're saying. So for instance, those sound like, according to Jennifer Johnson, a New York Times author, in her article on January 1st, 2012. Okay, or in the November 2014 edition of Rolling Stone magazine, author Timothy Franklin indicated blah, 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 blah. So you are taking pieces of information to support what it is you're informing us on and integrating that into your speech. There is a handout in Unit 1 that talks about oral source citation. That handout is a golden ticket. It outlines exactly what your sources should sound like when you say them in your speech, from information you've gone out there through databases and magazines and the internet to find information to support what you're saying. Again, you're required to have 2 of those in your first speech. If you watch the model speeches that are posted in Blackboard, you will see that every single student uses source citation in their speeches. So just follow their lead, follow those examples, and it's the same for you. Final thing real quickly is on the requirement sheet, you will note that everybody is required to have some sort of visual aid for your speech. So, those of you that maybe are recording your presentation, you have to take that into account, that you need some sort of visual aid in your speech. If you are coming to campus and delivering your speech face-to-face, you might choose something like PowerPoint or a video, because we have a computer in class that you can project the internet on, or we have capabilities for you to show a video. But if you're presenting your speech and recording it for online submission, you might need to use an object or a graph or a chart or something like that to integrate into your message. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it is something that you are using to enhance our understanding of your speech. So think of a solid object or piece of a graph or statistic that can be illustrated in some way, and integrate that in. Just because you're doing online submission does not mean that you don't need your visual aid. You still need to use it. Now, if you're recording your speech in a business room or a conference room or something like that for your online submission, you still would use your PowerPoint or something like that with your speech if that's what you chose. And I have had several students in the past who've done that. It really makes a difference what venue you choose if you're recording your speech as to what visual aid you might use. Again, I've had very simple things be very successful visual aids, but it's just something else that you're incorporating into your message. So please don't forget that. Okay, I'm at about 8.5 minutes. I need to go. I'm off to a meeting. I wish you all the best of luck. Welcome to week 2. Everybody have a great day. I will post another message tomorrow.